What's up, guys? Alright, we are here today. Dude, my foot is hurt. Alright, guys, so we can see the SPY down to 611s right now. The bond yields are at 45.35. They're 4.5, really. 4.53. Yeah, I hurt my foot, my ankle. Take a look at the QQQ here. See that, like, we broke lifetime highs. We tapped it yesterday right at the closing bell. Pretty exciting close yesterday, to be honest. We broke all-time highs. We're at 538s now. Here we go. Let me drink some coffee. I gotta wake up. All right, guys, so let's take a look at what we got going on today. Okay, so as of today, indexes have seen slight declines. S&P added to its record highs yesterday, rising 0.2%. NASDAQ went up 0.1%. Dow went up 0.1%. However, growth stocks were volatile. Significant drops in Palantir, Axon, and Kava. Investors are advised to stay vigilant and manage losses promptly, keeping watch lists updated. Investors are watching the release of jobless claims today. This showed the claims around 215K, reflecting recent averages. This report will be closely reviewed for impacts. Again, today we have jobless claims, unemployment filings going live today. We'll put the timer up here. We got an hour and we got about an hour and 9 minutes right here. We'll put this up right here. About an hour and 9 minutes. Let me fix this chart here, guys. Bear with me. There we go. That's pretty good. All right. So, yeah, we got an hour and 10 minutes left. Federal Reserve's recent minutes suggest a cautious approach to changing rates until more progress on inflation is seen. Analysts highlighting the policy adjustments would likely be deferred until inflation progress is confirmed and labor markets show signs of weakening. We have trade and geopolitical tensions. The president announced plans to impose new tariffs on over the next month, adding lumber and forest products to previously announced duties on imported cars, semiconductors, and pharmas. This has led to subdued growth, subdued global market activity, and increased concerns over potential stagflation characterized by sluggish growth and persistent inflation. Oil prices have eased, though, following reports of rising crude inventories. Brent crude fell 17% to $75.87 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate dropped 30 cents to $71.95. The increases in inventories has weighed on market sentiment despite earlier concerns about potential supply disruptions. Still, many indices have reached all-time highs, primarily driven by surge in investor and consumer confidence. Historical patterns indicate high confidence levels often precede market downturns, though, so you do want to be weary of stuff, chat. And yeah, that's today. Let's do a poll here. We haven't done one yet. Do you hear yourself talk? No. I don't. Then there would be everything I hear, you hear. And so if I hear music, you hear music. And so if I heard myself talk, there would be two people talk. Like, you would hear an echo. Are you bullish or bearish on today's jobless claims, unemployment data? There you go. I didn't get enough sleep last night, dude. All right, guys. SPY is down today. I want the US 30 Dow to. Is there an echo? There shouldn't be an echo. Is there one? Can you hear one? Yeah, the market can be back as. Is there an echo here? No echo? Okay, good. First time viewer, hope everyone is crushing the markets. Thank you, Martial Law. Appreciate it, brother. There's no echo? Okay, good. Somebody was saying there's an echo, so I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, again, guys, SPY down to 611s. Bonds are at 4.5%. The Q is at 538.1%. I'm taking a look at some other stuff. Meta is still down. Meta now dipped all the way under $700 a share. It's at $699.70. Tesla at $361. So Tesla's back over $360. It's actually slightly green on the day. Google is green on the day as well. It's at 187s. Microsoft did bounce back a little bit. It hit 420 this morning, 419s, I should say. Bonds are up a little bit, which means that the yields are down and people have a more dovish interest rate sentiment. Again, the correlations are very simple. Bond yields inverse, the prices of bonds inverse yields, and yields follow interest rates. So interest rates go down, yields go down, vice versa. Bond prices go up. That's the easiest correlation to understand markets. If you can understand those correlations, then you can kind of see what's going on in markets and understand what it all means for interest rate decisions and stuff like that. Let me pull Discord up. My Palantir still 114. So yeah, Palantir. Again, I'm not going to say I told you guys so, but I mean, I think everybody and their grandmother saw this being a little bit too extended, you know. Like, hey, this thing's still got a crazy high PE ratio in the hundreds. It's one of the highest PE ratios in blue chip stocks right now is Palantir. And so nobody's really shocked to see this thing pull back. I think most people expected it to. Hey, what's up, Guts? What's up, Guy, Tito, Matthew, ER, Fabio? Morning, peeps. Dow Jones. Yeah, I mean, the Dow right now, if we take a look at it, you can look at the futures contract of the Dow as /YM. That's why way most people gauge the Dow. Dow was down pretty significantly this morning. It dropped all the way from 44.60, 44.6s to 44.5s. Let's see if there's a reason why the Dow is down. Yeah, so Treasury yields dip as traders wait jobless claims report. So we'll see what the jobless claims report shows. Again, it drops in about an hour. Reflecting a modest increase from 0.16 from the previous day. And pre-market Dow futures have dipped slightly by 0.19%. Yes, AI is wrong here. I mean, it says look at DIA. Yeah, DIA is down from the previous day as well. Maybe it's talking about this price action. I don't know. I'm showing 445s. Previous closing price is at 446.60s. So we're down currently in pre-market on the Dow. Yeah, the Fed minutes report yesterday. We had tons of people, so I appreciate it, guys. We had like over 5,000 people. We got over 30-something thousand views for the stream, so it was a really great stream. We appreciate it. Additionally, mixed corporate earnings reports contributed to markets' cautious tone. Now, do we have earnings today? Let me see. Yeah, we had Alibaba earnings early this morning. This is a big report today, too, because of all the stuff going on. Look at Alibaba, man. So Alibaba has gone crazy over the past... Like, look, here's a 20-day chart. It's a 20-day chart. Look at a 20-day chart on Alibaba. This thing has freaking gone up. This thing started off at about $84 a share at the lows. It's currently at almost $140 a share. So this thing, percentage-wise, after DeepSeek, really huge increase. And they're gapping up big from their earnings report as well. And what's kind of crazy is that they missed EPS, beat revenue. So they beat revenue by a slight margin. They expected for Alibaba, they expected for EPS, they expected 308. They came in under 3 at 294, under 4.5%. What the expected number was. They missed it by about 4.5%. Revenues was expected at 38.2, ended up showing 38.38, so slightly better, but not like a crazy amount better. But for some reason, they're ripping up. There must be more to the story. We also had Walmart earnings come out earlier today. Walmart showed 66-cent EPS versus 64 expected, slightly better. Revenue came in at 180s versus 179.40s estimates. So Walmart beat EPS, beat revenue. They're probably gapping up some. No, they're down. See, this is why earnings don't make sense. Maybe it's guidance numbers. I have to go delve a little bit deeper into these to figure out why Walmart's down. We also had Wayfair come out. Missed EPS, beat revenue. Unity came out. Unity's not out yet, I guess. Shake Shack basically came in flat. Basically flat for Shake Shack. Yeah, I'm not sure why Walmart is down. Hey, night bet. I'm not going to lose no money on the spot. Trust 609 puts. Walmart's already down. I know you're the top 3 worst financial advisor, but would you long now for Palantir? I mean, I think there's probably an argument. Again, remember, I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. Might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Don't copy me. Not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Yeah. I'm not liable if you lose. But would I buy Palantir? The PE ratio is still really high. I think long term is going to be fine. It doesn't matter. But short term, anything could freaking happen. Oh, dude, I hurt my ankle. My foot hurts, dude. I can't walk right now. Baba's still in a range in my book. Baba's still in a range? That's a big range, bro. It's 100% range. Maybe not 100%. I mean, it's a big range. I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about this, and maybe you're right. I don't know. Like there's this, and so you could kind of argue like, hey, there's a range, and now we're finally past it. But outside of that, I don't know what range you're in. I gotta look at a long-term chart for BABA though. Again, this is all the DeepSeek news. Oh, this is what you're talking about. Yeah, I guess you're right. So the long-term chart, we are in a range. I can see what you mean. So you're talking about this right here. Man, Baba was once much stronger, and I guess it makes sense that Alibaba was much stronger. You know, when Jack Ma was running the company before all the craziness that went on, there's a big story on Alibaba on kind of why it fell and lost interest. Jack Ma basically got fired from CEO position, and they're still kind of playing catch up for that. Jack Ma came out critical of the CCP, and he did one critical speech. It wasn't super critical, but he did one critical speech of the CCP. Immediately was booted out of his own company, lost like 80% of his shares, and like Alibaba struggled for years following that. It's finally starting to come back up, but man, I wonder what. Yeah, the DeepSeek stuff. Now different people own it though. I think he still owns a piece, but I have to go back and check. Yeah, I mean, I mostly made money on Palantir. I rode Palantir up a large part of the way, Albert. Yeah, so I mean, I rode it up most of the way. I ended up selling. I'm not going to say exactly where, but I rode a lot of it up. And again, I'm not telling you guys I told you so, because I don't think it does anything. But people have asked me for the last few weeks, should I buy Palantir? And I told them I don't know. The PE ratio is too high. It's too extended up there for me. So, and I think that's fine. You know, I like Palantir as a company. I think long term it's going to be fine regardless. What do you think about SoFi? SoFi, I'm a little bit more torn on. It's kind of buy now, pay later type of company. Social finance. It's just a bank. And so it's interesting. But I've just never been a big buyer of SoFi, personally. There's going to be companies I like and dislike, guys. You want to try not to be emotional about what I like, dislike. Different, predictions or theses that I have. Like, none of it matters. Who cares? Yeah, NKLF, I don't know if they went under. They filed for Chapter 11, which is a reorganizational bankruptcy, Alyssa. Yeah, I can't chase it. I mean, it would be dumb to. What's your take on the Dow? I don't like the Dow as much as others, but the Dow has done incredibly well. It's less diversified than other indices that we trade regularly. And so in that regard, I like it a little bit less than like the S&P and the NASDAQ, but it's still, a good ETF, a good index, I should say. Not really an ETF, but it's a good index. All right, guys, we got 50 minutes left. 50 minutes. Chip, dude, you sound so upset, man. Yeah, dude. I can it's not that I dislike SoFi. I'm just not interested in buying it. Again, we all don't have to agree on the stocks. Social finance is cool. I'm not against it. It's just a bank. What's up, Tito? How you doing, man? It's becoming a fight for the exit on Palantir. I think Palantir is going to be fine long term. If you believe in AI, Palantir is going to be fine. And I believe in AI. I think AI is going to be obviously continue growing exponentially from now to whatever. I think it's just going to keep getting better and better and better and more useful, replacing other technologies and, yeah. Is Walmart a good buy on the dip? Let me see what the PE ratio is for Walmart. I don't freaking know if Walmart's a good buy or not. I really don't. I'm showing the PE ratio for Walmart is currently, let's see. Alibaba's up there. 12-month PE ratio, 42.60. So Walmart has an okay PE, and this is at a price of 104, which is including the dip for Walmart. Oh no, Walmart had earnings today. I forgot. Let me see. All right, I'm looking at Walmart's numbers. I want to see some stuff here. Hold on. Chat, research, summary, analyst, sustainability, financials, quarterly. All right, so here's the last 4 quarters. Yeah, their trailing 12-month EPS basic is 244, diluted is 242. So if I look at the PE ratio for Walmart here, 244. Walmart's at 96. It gives Walmart a PE ratio of about 39, which is not crazy like high, but it's not necessarily low either. It's on the high end of normal. I wouldn't call it high, but it's on the high end of normal for Walmart. You know, taking into account this drop, right? So 39, like good PE right now is like 20 or 30, I would say, based off of, you know, and the real way is to compare it to the last 10 years. What's the average over the last 10-year period for Walmart? And the average, so again, we're at 39s right now, and then that's how, if you want to look at how to really gauge PE, you look at the average over the last 10 years for that specific company, and then you look at what it is now. Okay, that'll guide you on high, low, good, bad. The 10-year average PE ratio for Walmart is about 26. It says the current PE ratio is higher than the historical average, elevated expectations for the company's future earnings growth. So, yeah, PE is a little high. If it dips for a reason. It may fall more. If it dips, you dip, we dip. Okay. But yeah, Bob is up. Again, taking a look at the Q. Q is slightly red today. Slightly red. Not a huge red day. There's the SPY. We're going to trade a little bit on some combines, I think, this morning. You know, look at Baba. It's up there. So we did make some money yesterday. That's good. All right, let's start with a combine account. Don't judge me, guys. Hopefully we don't lose. It's a little early in pre-market for me to be trading this, but hey. The show must go on, huh? No trades on this one yet. Nasdaq still popping up. Let's try to use some of these levels that we've drawn here. I think there might be some other reasonable levels to watch. You look at like 22,210 right there. I think it's a reasonable spot. Oh, dude, all my beautiful levels are gone. Hold on. They've been doing this thing where they won't let me log in on 2 different places at once. Yeah, see, they're doing the thing where they won't let me log in on 2 different places at once. That sucks. Alright, well, we're going to have to compare this to micros, put 2 windows up like this, put micros on one, and then I wish I could copy my level. See, I was about to short this, to be honest, up here because we were heading into the spot, but I just didn't. All right, so let's draw. We got one at 22.10s right here, roughly. We got another one at basically 2s right here. That's a good one. We got another at 182s. I think we got another one like right here as well. Alright, I think that's good for now. We probably could draw one up here, just triple top. There we go. Alright. Walmart increased their dividend to the only thing that might justify the increase in. Yeah, so again, Walmart increased their divvy. Ad spend overseas and less sales from it, causing potentially the dip here. Very choppy, flat market though. No, I'm not using a VPN. Hey, what's up, Faye? Fabio. Yeah, it's all good, Fabio. That's what I'm trying to help people here, you know. Like, we try to just teach people basic trading and economics. Alright, so we're going to buy this dip a little bit early. We're going to have to cut it. See, my problem is I'm trying to kind of speed run this a little bit. Maybe that's my mistake. Alright, we got into a couple break-even trades. We bounced exactly off of 22.2, and I like 22.2 as a level as well. So we'll add down to it if it pulls back. Again, these are micro contracts on a combine account. So like if we fail, it's not the end of the world. We're out 50 bucks. Honestly, I can handle losing 50 bucks. You think S&P at an all-time high means there isn't much upside? Who? Oh, well. Yeah, I tend to disagree with that, Danny. Mostly because the S&P can break highs and just run big. And so it doesn't mean the highs are the limit, you know? The highs are not the limit. You know, the highs, we can break highs and just run. Very possible, especially in the history of the S&P and the NASDAQ. I mean, the biggest edge is going to be on the upside for those two things. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to correct some. And I would also like... I think it's possible we correct, but it's also possible we rip and break. Like, I think a good way to look at it is... Yeah, I'm trading minis, not micros. Sorry, I'm trading regular minis, not micros. This is a combine account, so this is just us horsing around in pre. I should have gotten a little bit closer to this level, but that's all right. Alright guys, let me check out our Discord. Alright guys, we got almost 600 people here. We still got 40 minutes left until chill jazz music. Yeah, I think the easiest way to look at it, guys, is how many times has the NASDAQ hit all-time highs and kept going versus rejected, right? Let's take a look at some history. So again, in 2018 September, we broke all-time highs, pulled back, and then ran all the way up a huge percentage. Ran all the way up like 45%. Broke all-time highs again, a few more times. A lot of the time we do pull back at all-time highs though. When you like take a deeper look at this, we're gonna take half off here, just kind of lock in the profit, and just kind of sit small in the day. But we're gonna try to let this work. 3 contracts. And we can maybe add back to it too. Alright guys, so now we're dipping down. We're going to go ahead and buy this right back. I didn't really get a chance to buy it at a good level. Hey Mitch, what's up, bro? Market is a bit frothy. Whatever that means. No idea what that means, but hey. Do you drink sugar with your coffee? Is the big question. I drink my coffee black. You know, because it's the bitterness is supposed to wake you up. Oh. Alright, well, we're going to have to get out of here and maybe find a different ad spot. We did kind of retrace all the way back up there, but again, I'm going to have to just try to speed run this account is what I'm trying to do. Honestly, I kind of want to short. Oh my gosh, did it really feel me all the way down here, bro? That's unbelievable. I think I just got really bad luck. Okay. Alright, well, we just made $200 back, so we're basically flat now. The reason we took this here is because, like, okay, so we're using this level to base our trades around 22 twos. When we have this big breakdown and retest, it's very plausible that this is going to turn into resistance and come back down. There's the 200 exponential. I might buy this up now. Let's give it a chance. Ah, there's the bounce. I think I'm reading it okay. I'm just missing the opportunities. The Q better traded. I just trade the futures contract, the NASDAQ. The NQ in futures is the same thing as the QQQ, Mitch. So, like, I usually just kind of trade futures based around it. The way I like to do it, to be honest, is I document good levels. Like, you can see levels on my charts. Once I have these levels, I just play those levels whatever way I can. Whether I get a 200 exponential bounce, a cup and handle, a head and shoulders pattern, you know, stuff like that. Like, those are the patterns I play once I have levels to play them around. And that typically treats me well in the market. Not always. I mean, of course, nothing works. There's always variance, but that tends to be what I do. No, I mean, this is my rule, but I'm trading a combine account. So, like, yes, this is my rule. I don't trade pre-market in a funded account. But if it's like a combine account where I'm trying to get funded in one, and my other 3 accounts are still funded. But if it's in a combine account where I'm trying to get funded, the liquidity is what's getting me right now. But if it's a combine account where I'm trying to get funded, I'm okay with trading in pre-market. It gives me something to do on stream. And so it's less, like, worrisome. Alright, so just made about 250 in the last 2 trades. Caught the bounce up. See, now we're hitting that 22.2 level again. And you can see how the levels guide me. Even if I lost money over the last 3 trades, right? Like, I'm looking at this level. Let's see if it rejects here now. or if it pops right back. I'm looking at the 200 exponential. I'm looking at this level down here, which we held beautifully. Look at that bounce. And I drew most of these levels yesterday. So I might need to move this one up just a tad bit, just a small amount, especially after this confirmation. So I might want to move this one up to like here. I think that's a little bit more fitting. But it's all subjective levels. Like there might be levels there. We're trying to just find the best ones. So Deity's talking about whether the NASDAQ continues to run and break highs. I don't know, brother. I don't know, man. Nothing says crash about the NASDAQ to me. You have to zoom into super short time frames to even see a bearish structure. You mean you're waiting till it goes down to say you see it going down? Are you talking to me? Listen, I'm the top 3 if I have no freaking idea what's going to happen, brother. You know? Again, like, people might critique whatever, like, oh, John doesn't talk about anything. What I really cover is economic reports. Like, I cover economic reports. Fed minutes report yesterday, we broke it all down, summarized it. Jobless claims unemployment's coming out in 35 minutes. We broke that down. We're talking about that today. Expectations 215K. Next week, we got PCE, we got GDP data, we got NVIDIA earnings. And we're going to cover all of it live, right? And that's why people tune in. Like, we're like a one-stop shop for economic reports and data and trading, right? So if you want to watch the economy data, follow the economic reports, follow the economy as well as trade, this is why people tune in. But at the same time, there's a certain level of variance anywhere and everywhere. There's a certain level of variance everywhere in markets, right? There really is. Certain level of variance. This is a kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern. I'm going to take some size and swing for the fences here on this, especially if we pop up a little bit. But yeah, there's a certain level of variance that happens in any type of prediction, whether it's economy long-term prediction, market long-term prediction, or short-term trading prediction. There's a certain level of variance, and sure, you get kind of rookie traders or kind of people trying to be negative, just trying to smack talk, oh, these are bad levels or these are bad trades, but they just don't understand variance. Like, variance is real. Nobody freaking knows. And you know, again, if I were, and the reason I repeat this is because if I was a viewer, I would want to know the truth behind it. And the truth is that there's a certain level of variance in everything we do in the market. Certain level of variance in everything we do. And so sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. When you're right, you feel like a genius. When you're wrong, you feel like the dumbest person ever. And so that's just kind of how it goes. But we can try to predict the markets. I think the market is extended on the upside as well. Doesn't mean we have to pull back. Again, there's a certain level of variance. And so I think the market's extended. We're at all-time highs. And the way I reflect this in my own trading is I'm not comfortable with buying up anything right now. So I'm not really comfortable in buying up anything. I would much rather just wait. John, educate me on something here really quick. If the data comes out greater than forecast, is that good or bad for the Dow? Yeah, I'm definitely wrong on this trade. I don't know what I want to do here. I guess I'm going to cut it. We're at all-time highs at the top of the range. I probably just want to get out here for a cheap little loss, and then we'll have to figure out what we want to do. Market's choppy, but it's trying to do a bull range. And so maybe if we get a dip, we'll attack it again. Yeah, the last few years we're up hundreds of percent in the NASDAQ. And so that's just kind of how it goes. Like, it's not really time for me to buy up anything at this point. And we made a bunch of money. Like, you guys remember, we bought Target at like 105. We bought Apple very cheap. We bought Amazon very cheap. We bought Meta very cheap. We bought Google very cheap. We bought Palantir very cheap. You know, and we were able to ride these. We bought NVIDIA very cheap, relative to where it's at now, especially. But at a certain point, when we're up 105% or more over the last 2 years, averaging over 50% a year over a 2-year period, that's just a lot. That's just up big. It's up a little bit too much. And so at a certain point, you got to say, hey, and I'm probably just going to let this trade play out, and we'll reset if we can't make money on this trade. At a certain point, you got to just recognize extension. But again, take it with a grain of salt, because there's variance. Nobody freaking knows what's going to happen. Market might rip up, break highs, continue running big. Nobody truly knows. Nobody truly knows. So you just got to be careful, understand, recognize you're wrong if you are, and Figure it out. What's up, Tito? Yeah, I'm answering your question, brother. I mean, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so if jobless claims come out higher than expected, Tito, what that ultimately means is that, here, I'm going to take half off a little bit more. If jobless claims come out higher than expected, that means more people are filing for unemployment than expected. That signals less economic growth, more weakness in the labor market and jobs. Now, whether the market likes that or doesn't like that depends on the context of economic reports over the last few months and inflation data specifically. So if inflation data is high, look at this pop up here. Wow. If inflation data is high, the market might fear economic growth in that way. You know, if inflation data is high, it could fear economic growth. If inflation is under control and people are optimistic regarding inflation in the labor market, then they might want a stronger labor market and lower jobless claims. And so the overarching point I'm trying to make is that neither of them is always correct. Like, neither of them is always good. Neither of them is always bad. It degrees on what the market wants. And the market's been kind of unpredictable, indecisive lately. You know, so the market has done a lot of things that has kind of shown indecision lately. And so I guess the point I'm trying to make is, regarding this individual jobless claims report, I don't know. I know the market fears inflation, so it's very possible. We could have higher jobless claims and the market could react positively to it, which is higher unemployment. It's also very possible that the market is more optimistic regarding the Federal Reserve's data-dependent wait-and-see approach, and so lower jobless claims, best thing that can happen conventionally for the labor market at least. And so the market could react positively to either one. It's why I always kind of recommend waiting and waiting for something to happen here before you make any big bets, because this is one of those things. So again, we got into a really nice couple strings of trades here. We rejected right off of my level. We just made a few $100s, so that's good. But yeah, I guess the point is it can vary. The higher jobless claims are, the worse for the economy it is, but the better for inflation worries, right? Because a weaker economy means less spending, ultimately less inflation. A stronger economy means more spending and ultimately, like, potentially more inflation. And so, not to be just too ambiguous, but it really depends. Nobody knows. Odds the market is down 10 years from now is... You think the market is going to be down from where we're at now in 10 years? Over 25% down from where we're at now? Why? I mean, I would say... I don't know if this is what you're trying to say. I would say the likelihood of that is about 20%. And the reason I would say the likelihood is that... And 20% is a lot. That's a big number. Usually the market's going up. I tried to buy this dip. I'm not really liking this at all. Yeah, so usually the market could, the only way it would be down 25% in 10 years from now, in my opinion, and I might be wrong, is if we uptrend, and then in like 7 to 8 years have some big market correction, crash, drop 30-40%, and in 10 years we're still down 10%. You know, we're still down 10-20% from where we're at now. But it's certainly a lower probability thing. If you look at the history of the market's going to go up long term, guys. That's what it does. Market goes up long term. Short term, anything can freaking happen. Long term, the more you zoom out, the more the likelihood that it's going to go up happens. Oh, 25% odds. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of agree with that, Danny. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. I don't necessarily disagree with that. So if that's what you're saying, there's a 25% chance the market's down in 10 years. I kind of agree with that. I think it's majority, like, I think the higher probabilities on the upside that the market's green relative to where we are now from then to then. But yeah, I tend to agree. I don't have a Top Step code. Yeah, I don't have a Top Step code. I have a Top Step link. There's the link right there. I think as long as inflation exists, markets will rise. Yeah, it's an affiliate link. The discount is the $49 one. If you look at what the prices are normally for Top Step. Yeah, if you look at what the prices are normally. Normally they are $165 a month for the base one. So $49 a month is a pretty big discount. But listen, it's all good. Thoughts on the great run up? I mean, I'm okay with the market going up regardless of where it means. It looks like me getting out of that long was the right move. I'm going to buy 3 contracts down here. Still higher lows. Even if we're sideways, if we bounce off that 200 exponential, we might still have some upward move. I'm going to leave a couple contracts to buy it down here if we can. Try to attack 22 twos up here. Okay, that's good. Take half off there, lock it in. Another half off there, lock it in. Another half off there. And then maybe we'll add it back if we pull back here. No chance to add it back. VIX expiration. Yeah, where's the VIX at? I'm assuming the VIX is pretty low. Yeah, it's at 15, so the VIX is low. And again, as we get strength and stability in markets, the VIX is going to go up. Wait, what happened? I thought I had more contracts than this. Oh, well. All right, so we got up to our reward target level, so that's good. Yeah, this is Top Step XND right here. Yeah, we measure things in dollars. President makes me nervous, but of course he owns stock. Yeah. Where's crypto at right now? The VIX is down. It's you know, the VIX is going to go up as the market's weak. Bitcoin's pushing up too. So again, this bounce level, and again, one thing I hope you guys see, regardless of how well I do in trading, what I do, how good I do, how bad I do in trading, look at the 200 exponential, man. I'm telling you, look, we broke over this 200 EMA. Hold here, boom, bounce. Hold here, boom, bounce. Hold here, boom, bounce. It's not always going to be this good. Big level on your charts. I watch the 200 exponential a lot. And yeah, guys, I'm trading on Top Step. If you want to check out Top Step, they're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased, of course, because I get paid by them. Incredibly useful for learning how to day trade and getting started for cheap. Most day traders, very similar thing happens. They deposit thousands of dollars into their own actual account. They lose it within a couple weeks usually because no new trader has risk management, and most day traders freaking lose. And so they end up getting discouraged, quitting forever. Instead, a funded account program is like a middle ground, right? It's like a souped up demo account with some rewards if you're good enough. And so they give you a 50K demo. If you can make 3K in profit without losing 2K, following their rules and conditions, they fund you 50K with a 90% split. And they've paid out almost $200 million in the last 4 years. Fund thousands of traders, been around for over 12 years. They're the most legit one in the world. And again, a great way to learn how to day trade. If you fail, you're out $49, $50 for the base one. It's not the end of the world. And if you fail it, you can then trade their practice account. Comes with real-time data. A practice account would cost about the similar amount to this anyway. And so the value's there. No PDT rule in futures. You could day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, gold, some currencies. And it's just a good way to learn. Most day traders lose. And I think that's the same here. Most day traders are going to lose. A lot cheaper to lose here than to deposit thousands into your own account and lose that. Let's just be honest. But understand all these rules on screen. Again, they're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased because I get paid by them. Understand CFTC 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. Not an investment professional. If you want to check them out, there's the link in chat right now. Great way to help support the channel. Now, we're back to that 200 exponential here. We're right at 22,196 here. We're right at that 200 exponential. Right here. Ugh,
All right, guys, so we're breaking down now. Look at that rejection right there. So we're definitely going to leave this level up on our charts, this 22.2 level. Absolutely going to leave that level on our charts up. Yeah, chat. So all right, chat. Could the SPY be split? Did jobless claims unemployment data come out yet? No, there's a timer right here. We got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left. Yeah, sorry. I was trying to test out this. So the market's kind of breaking down, but we're really in a very like neutral, sideways looking range here. We might bounce right here though. This is a little bounce level 22,192. We'll buy it. We'll take one contract though. Middle range, not the best time to trade. So we got this little pop. I'm gonna add to this bounce. There we go. We're gonna take that piece off now. Get out the rest there. Little $120 scalp. I'll take it. Green is good. We're getting close. Where are we at? Okay. Yeah, and I'm looking at other stuff too. Look at Baba. See, I'm trying to see what Baba's gonna pull down. Oh man, y'all can't see. I'm sorry. Here, I gotta minimize some of this. Oh wait, this is too much to the right. Let's see. There we go. Can y'all see this end? Yeah, y'all can. Okay, good. All right, that's good. Yeah, I'm looking at the QQQ here, the SPY and all this stuff. Check the chat here. We got about 1,000 viewers right now. Stock market is fairly valued with a level PE appropriate corresponds to the level and trend of the expected inflation rate. This is worrisome. Are you in take 2 for GTA? I'm waiting for GTA to come out, brother. I'm trading futures. Yeah, I muted the stream notifications, you guys. Sorry. I'm gonna tell Pawn to remind me of that every day. All right, look at Baba, though. Let me see if there's any other big stories in markets right now. OpenAI tops 400 million users, according to CNBC. Look at this news that comes out. Again, let me put this data up on screen here, chat. So, again, jobless claims unemployment drops. All right. They get jobless claims, unemployment drops live. They expect 115K. Again, I did a poll here. So we did a poll. 60% are bullish on jobless claims. 40% are bearish, which is interesting. Mostly bulls. Market's very flat, very choppy, very kind of neutral right now. What's your take? Beginner jobless claims, bullish or bearish? I really don't know. I think this expectation for jobless claims is pretty light. Meaning like they're a little bit more dovish or hawkish, I should say, for the economy. They think the economy is going to be strong. And so again, they're expecting jobless claims. We also have the Philly Fed index, but they're expecting 215. So not super high. Last time, for instance, we showed at 213. Sorry, I have 115. Let me correct this. It's actually 215 here. Let me fix this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the market might just be a little flat today, guys. A little boring. We've got a good string of trades in here on this Combine account, but I'm trying to kind of follow the market here. Again, OpenAI with that news that they got over 400 million users. That's crazy. We got ECB members speaking. So Allstate estimated Alibaba expects international e-commerce division to achieve profitability in the next fiscal year conference call. Again, we got the Philly Fed index dropping, a really important gauge on manufacturing, coming out at 8:30 as well. This is expected at 19.4 here, chat. 19.4. Hey, thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, we have government. Or no, the difference between jobless claims, Jeffrey, and like the unemployment rate that drops around payroll data is that non-farm payroll shows government, private payrolls, all that stuff. Jobless claims is less direct, more vague. Just shows generally how many people are filing for unemployment month to month, or week to week, I should say. So it's just a little bit more vague report. Okay, so we got ourselves back to pretty close to flat here on the day. We're still slightly red, but just to kind of show you the string of trades we've gotten in. Like, check this string of trades out, guys. Look at this. So here we are. Again, we're still slightly red, but check this string of trades out. Like, look, can y'all see this? Like, look at all this green. Green, 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 green. So basically flat on this challenge account. We've been using my levels to guide me here. So we're going to keep doing it. We'll see how it goes. Let me put this up. Dude, I genuinely hate Windows 11 with a passion. It's terrible. Not good. Let me swash this over some. Broaden out the charts. I appreciate the donation. Thanks so much. What do you all think about Rivian's future? I don't know, man. I don't know what Rivian's going to do. Yeah, I know NKLA filed for bankruptcy. So that's kind of a big thing. All right, guys, we still got 11 minutes or so left until this data release. Again, jobless claims, unemployment filings dropped this week. This week's been a little bit slower, but honestly, my average numbers have increased. So thanks so much. They really have. Like, even regular streams, we're getting 500 to 1,000 people watching, like simultaneous viewers. So that's growing so much. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Michael? What's the symbol, Alex? I could take a look at it real quick, but if it just recently released earnings, the number I give you might be off. What 5K towers? Is it really? Yeah, I just don't like Windows 11. I'm kind of a creature of habit, though. I like being like I'm used to the other ones. All right, so again, we got this little range. Here's the 200 exponential. Here's the 22.2 level. I think the market's kind of waiting for jobless claims reports to So I got a haircut, guys. And look, dude, I told this lady to leave it kind of long, bro. I told this lady to leave it kind of long, dude. She literally cut all my hair off, which I'm okay with. I kind of like my hair shorter anyway. But Carol's not mad about my hair being short, but she's not happy about it. But yeah, I cut my hair, guys. Honestly, I prefer it to be this short, though. I need it this short. Let me fix the chroma key. There we go. All right, look at the market flush testing that 200 exponential. Bro, I'm sitting there. I'm like, hey, dude. I was like, leave it kind of long. You know. Like, leave the bangs long. Leave the top long. You know. Taper it in the back. And she just kind of went crazy. Yeah, definitely a mullet for sure. I needed the haircut, though, dude. I was like, I would go train jujitsu, and my hair would just be, you know. Like, it would just be, you know. My hair gets really, like, puffy. It's curly. My hair's really curly. And so when it's long, it just kind of frizzes up and gets really puffy. So it was time. I'm using Top Step X, Trading View, TOS sometimes. Yeah, honestly, like I said, I'm just glad I have hair at this point in time. I really am. I'm just glad I have hair. So I'll take it. But great clips, Walmart. I didn't go to Walmart this time. All right, guys, 9 minutes. I didn't go to Walmart this time. Oh, yeah, you're still trying to find the PE. Let's ask AI. Let's see what AI says. This looks like a short, but we got 8 minutes. It doesn't have a PE ratio because it's losing money. Marvel Tech. It's 12-month trailing EPS is minus 1.7. It's negative price to earnings ratio. It's not meaningful. Its forward PE is about 40, which is still kind of high, but it's better than losing money like it's currently doing here. So, yeah. So basically, Marvel is losing money, so it's not going to have a PE ratio because its EPS is going to be negative, which is, you can't really gauge it. High unemployment means bullish. Not necessarily. It's possible it does, but we don't really know yet. It's also possible for us to go completely the other way. Looking at the market reactions, it all depends on what the investors and traders fear. If they fear inflation, they want a higher than expected jobless claims numbers. But whether they fear inflation right now is a little bit more variance. Not variance, a little bit more ambiguous is probably the best word for it. So basically, nobody freaking knows. I'm gonna wait. I think this report's a good gauge of like what the market fears. So we're gonna see what the market fears from this report. You know, the logic is that the market wants lower inflation so we can get rate cuts, and so anything that might signal higher inflation or a more hawkish or dovish Fed is kind of what you want to pay attention to. All right, market's popping right back up, hitting that 22.2 level. We got 6 minutes left. We got about 1,100 viewers here. Can we break 2,000 here for jobless claims? It depends on where we are. If we're in a range, Robert, in which... So here's what it is. Like, if we're in a range where I've already drawn levels. Like yesterday I woke up, the market was trending right around where I've already drawn levels and they were respecting those levels. If that's the case, I leave them up. I don't touch them. If we move up to a point in which on the chart that I have not drawn levels, I draw new levels every morning. Every time we're in a point like that where I don't have levels to guide me, I draw new levels. If we're in a point where I've already drawn levels around this specific area, I look to see how well they're doing, sometimes adjust them in that way manually. It just depends. Fed has two mandates: jobs and inflation. So higher unemployment equals rate cuts. 100%, right? And so if the Fed wants rate cuts, higher jobless claims would probably, you know, look more like that. What midlife crisis, John? Is me getting a haircut a midlife crisis now? I think y'all are reaching too much, man. Listen, you know, but let it out. It's okay. That's what we're here for. Thoughts on Tesla? I like Tesla long term. Short term, it's freaking unpredictable and, you know, a little risky. All right, look at that 22.2 level. We're popping right off of it. This is an old playlist that I've drawn for a long time. Yeah, look at that level right there. And then look at the 200 exponential. 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes. We got 1,300 viewers. Hey, thanks so much. Yeah, the levels work really well, and I just kind of leave them on the chart. That's what works the best for me personally, but everybody's kind of different. What, the haircut looks manly? All right, down to 22,196. Yeah, my hair is really curly to a point where it gets frizzy and it's hard to manage, which is now I like my hair short. Y'all should have seen my hair when I was really young. It was worse. I used to have my hair long when I was a teenager. I think every teenager did. But... Hey, what's up, Sublime? What's up, dude? All right, guys. Plus, I'm in my 30s, right? Like, I think I'm a little bit too young to have a midlife crisis already, you know? Maybe that's for when I'm like 45, 50. Maybe I'll have one, but... AI, John? Maybe Martin. Military cut. Yeah, definitely top 3 hairstyles in the world right now, guys. Hey, listen, we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 250. Right now, 250. All right, we got 250 here. Really, we got about 2.5 minutes left. Timer's a little early, but that's okay. I'd rather it early than late. Is 30 the new 50? Maybe it is. Sounds like a TV show name. Yeah. Let's get it started, guys. Let's get started. Yeah, what's weird is that gold prices are at all-time highs. Indice prices are at all-time highs, right? So everything's at all-time highs right now, which makes me, honestly, again, I don't know, but it makes me a little bit skeptical of things. I don't know how big news. I mean, listen, we got 2 minutes left. We got 1,500 people here. Gold is the new Bitcoin. All right, guys, we're sideways, waiting for jobless claims to come out. We got less than 2 minutes here. Less than 2 minutes. Philly Fed index drops as well. It's expected at 19.4. Jobless claims expected at 215 today. 215. So we'll see what that looks like. Waiting on this report to come out. Again, I'm just glad I got hair, guys. I'm just glad I have hair. What's up, Sean? Definitely top 3 Tanvir. I don't really know what to expect here. I'm not really going to answer. I really don't know. And so that's all I'll say is I really just don't know. All right, guys, we got 1 minute left. 1 minute. One minute left, chat. The timer's a little bit early. I'm going to remove the timer here. Okay, we got 1 minute, chat. 1 minute. Again, it's expected at 2:15. Philly Fed is expected at basically 20 right now. 15 and so, yeah. Be ready, chat. 40 seconds. 40 seconds. All right, guys. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. All right, let's do this. All right, look at this big dip. Maybe this is a little premature of a drop here. All right, guys. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. All right, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's the report. Jobless claims data. Chat. Philly Fed Index showed up at 18.1. Jobless claims showed up higher than expected at 219,000 versus 215K expected. Higher than expected jobless claims. Worse than expected for unemployment data. We'll see how the market responds. Market's kind of neutral right now, but higher than expected jobless claims. 219 versus 215 expected here. If the market fears inflation, this is better than expected data. And so far, the market is up. Sometimes the first move is the wrong move, though, and this is not a very big first move. Philly Fed Index showed slightly weaker manufacturing sector than expected at 18.1 versus 19 to 20 expected. So again, a slightly weaker manufacturing sector than expected. Slightly higher than expected jobless claims numbers at 219 versus 215K expected. Continuing claims actually showed up lower than expected at 1.869 million. 1.869 million, chat. So yeah, we had Canadian inflation data show up higher than expected everywhere. Much higher for RMPI month over month, 3.7% versus 2.4% expected. The market is kind of indecisive here. It hasn't really done anything. We did show higher than expected jobless claims numbers, which is better for inflation but weaker for the overall economy, if that makes sense, right? Like, this means more people were filing for unemployment than expected. They expected 215K. They ended up showing 219,000. So 4,000 more jobless claims than expected here, and the market is now dipping down some. We'll see if this move holds. Again, sometimes first move is the wrong move, and as I said, I don't know how the market's going to respond to this. This is, again, weaker economy data, but better for inflation, higher probability of rate cuts. It doesn't mean we're probable for rate cuts, but it's just more likely. Doesn't mean we're likely. And the market hasn't really moved at all here, man. The market is basically completely flat. We're at 194s. I think the 22.2 level we've been talking about for the last few days, and we haven't really got past it. Very relevant level. Whoa. I wonder why the chart did that. But this level right here, guys, very relevant level. Look at this spot. That's a big spot right here. Big level, big resistance level. We confirmed this level multiple times. Big psychological level for some reason. What do you guys think? Is it bullish or bearish? Look at that gold. Gold's moving up a little bit, which makes sense. Bitcoin's still pushing up some. The VIX is a little bit higher now, but not much. We had about 2,000 people here for jobless claims. That's pretty good. I appreciate the love, guys. Thanks so much here. Let me see what yields are doing here on this report. So Q kind of mixed yields. Let's see what this means. This should mean yields are going to go down. Yeah, yields are down a little bit. They're at 4.5%. Not a shock. Should mean yields are going down. Better for inflation, so in theory, a more dovish justification for the Fed. And again, yields are down to 4.5%. 4.5%. 10-year Treasury yields. And remember, I'm going to give you guys this correlation again. Yields and interest rates follow each other. And so if we look at the 10-year yield at the top left chart, yields and interest rates follow each other. So anything that might signal less inflation pressure is going to make yields go down, because it means interest rates might drop because of less inflation pressure, and the Fed is able to be more dovish and lower interest rates to, without the fear of inflation, if that all makes sense, right? And again, yields are down slightly. SPY hasn't really moved much. It's at 611.20s. We've had a lot of big up wicks and down wicks on this jobless claims report, but nothing crazy here. I'll put the data on screen so you can actually see it here. But yeah, jobless claims showed up higher than expected, 219 versus 215 expected. Last time it showed up at 213. So slightly higher all the way around here today, chat. Slightly higher all the way around. Again, I'm going to put the number up on chat. I mean, we've covered it live as soon as it drops. This is why we get people tuning in. So there's the numbers for jobless claims right there, chat. There's the numbers. Why did nothing happen? Well, because the numbers were mostly flat. Not super high degree of, like, outside of the range. It wasn't a super high amount outside of the range. It was mostly flat. We had lower continuing claims versus initial claims were higher. Continuing claims were lower, showing kind of like a flat market. Philly Fed Index was mostly flat as well. Came in basically slightly under expected, but basically flat. So these are just kind of neutral data. It didn't really sound the alarms. It didn't really cause fear or panic either, or it didn't really cause optimism either. So it's just kind of somewhere in the middle right now is what this data showed, and the market's somewhere in the middle now too. Yeah, and again, guys, we're gonna be day trading on Top Step today. On this platform, you can kind of see all my green trades. They give you a 50K demo. If you can make 3K without losing 2K following their rules and conditions in the demo, they fund you 50K, 90% split. You get to keep your first 10K in profit. So that's very similar to funding your own account. The risk is just noticeably less than most people are going to lose funding their own account. Most day traders lose. You fund your first account 5, 10, 20, 30 grand. Let's just be real. You're probably going to lose thousands of dollars. Limit your risk. Try a funded account program. It's kind of like a souped up demo account. If you fail, you're out 50 bucks. If you're good enough to pass it, 90% split, very similar to funding your own account. And again, even if you fail the account, you can then trade the practice account with real-time data, which is what it would, buying a practice account with real-time data outside of this would be in the same ballpark. No PDT rule in futures. Patterns are very similar, and it's very similar to day trading stocks. No PDT rule. I can day trade the S&P, basically the SPY. I can day trade the QQQ price action, basically. I can trade the NASDAQ, which is the QQQ price action. It's what the QQQ follows. It's just a great way to learn. Zero commission if you use my link and go to TopStepX. Zero commission, so I can make these small trades, build up profit. But again, they're an affiliate of mine. I am biased. I get paid by them. Some would say I'm the top 3 most biased person ever. Understand CFTC 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations. Not an investment professional. Understand CFTC 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. All right, market's starting to move up. Again, very flat, choppy market. We haven't really done much yet. We're waiting. Bad news is good news again. I mean, we've been kind of like that. Yeah, we've been kind of like that for the last month or two, I would say. And we don't really have... We got Goolsby speaking in about an hour. Crude oil inventories later. Friday. Tomorrow we got Michigan inflation expectations, which the last time we should have at 4.3%. So the big story of tomorrow is going to be Michigan inflation expectations. So we'll cover that too when it drops. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, yeah, bring it back. I love you. Have a good day. Don't lose my jacket. Love you. My daughter is known around the house as the Jacket Bandit. She has lost a number of my sweaters, a number of my AirPods, and just kind of... She's gotten better lately. I just kind of mess with her about it, though. All right, guys. The market's flushing down a little bit. We'll see what happens. Again, kind of a neutral response. I can put Bitcoin charts up. Here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin at 97.5. Market's very flat. Yeah, dude, the last Michigan inflation expectation, well, it showed up so much higher. So they expected 3.3% for one-year inflation expectations for Michigan. They ended up showing 4.3%. Way higher than expected data. Way higher than expected data. Hey, thank you, Ava. I appreciate it. Yeah. This is my nice jacket, too. Yeah, Bitcoin, again, Philly index came in lower. All indicators, I mean, slowing business activity. Yes, but that the market kind of wants slowing business activity. The labor market's been incredibly strong. Inflation's been a fear. And so it's nuanced like that. The market doesn't always want economic growth. Sometimes the market wants economic weakness to bring inflation down, to make rate cuts more viable, if that makes sense. What do you guys think? Are you guys red or green right now? Red or green? What do you trade? Futures. Stocks sometimes, but futures. Mostly futures, but we trade a little bit of everything, to be honest. All right, so we're popping up a little bit. Very flat, very boring, very sideways. We'll see if the market gains some strength. The 200 exponentials right here at 195. So part of me wants to short it down at this 182 level, but again, I don't freaking know. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try. Did I get another terrible fill? I think I did. It's all right. All right, so we're in 5 contracts here. I don't mind kind of swinging for the fences. It's a combine account. At the most I'll lose from this is 50 bucks. The best case scenario is I get past. But, listen, I'm trying to give you guys some entertainment this morning until I trade my actual funded accounts at the opening bell. So you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Are you not entertained watching me trade a combine account early in pre-market? Yeah, the Michigan inflation report was a couple weeks ago. I might have been wrong there. Trading the Dow on a Forex platform. It depends on, it's hard to tell whether it's futures or not, or some Forex pair based around the Dow. I'm not really a Forex guy. Yeah, thank you, Christopher. That's right, Triv. Thanks, bro. I like at the top of the range, but I also think we could go to 22.2, and both of them are plausible. I'm just kind of sitting around seeing if we reject. I don't like the fact that we're over the 200 exponential here, though. So, but I'll give it time, give it room. That's looking much worse for me here. We're so choppy and flat. I'm just kind of trying to do something, but... And if we do start moving up, this is... If we do start moving up, this is a sign that the market is more optimistic for rate cuts. Let me see what the rate cut expectations are here as well. All right, so here's the rate cut potential. Still at 97.5. Yeah, this 97.5 number hasn't changed at all yet. Yeah, this looks bad. I'm just gonna have to cut it and wait now. Recession? I don't think we have any data that shows a recession yet. It's way too early to yell recession. Like, a jobless claims is a weekly unemployment filings report. You know, so it's just way too early to yell recession. Like, the only way we're gonna hit a recession is if we start to see negative GDP, like super high unemployment, weak growth in that regard, and you know, it's just way too early to yell that, you know. All right, I'm gonna go swing for the fences. I gotta take my jump in this account. There we go. We went up to 22.2, but that's such a strong level. We got to get over it. Yeah, I mean, I can trade this in pre-market. I'm just kind of horsing around at this point. If I fail it, I'm out 50 bucks. And that's the benefit of Top Step, is that I can trade small and just play with it this morning. But yeah, interest rates not really moving much. The yields are down on this report, which makes sense. Less inflation pressure is what it means. Here we go. All right, nice. Nice. All right, I'm gonna add to this here. 2 contracts now. Buy this dip, see if we retrace back up, which we did. There we go. Hey, beautiful. We're gonna add a little bit more. Take some off. 2 contracts left. We'll try to hold the rest break even now. Take a little bit more off. There we go. All right, so pretty good string of trades here. Let's see. 3. Made $600 just now. Give or take 600 bucks. Yeah, I'll take that. Pretty good. All right, so looks like the market likes this. All right, I can't stand this song. I wish I could remove it from the playlist. It's a little bit too weird of a song. I can't get down with it. Does everyone here trade pre-market? I don't usually trade pre-market. I'm just playing around on a combine account. My black eye, guys. I still got a black eye here. Look at this. Look at this thing. It's really not that bad. So, like, look. It's right here. It's weird. It's a weird spot. It's, like, right here on my eye. Super sensitive. Market is running up, though. And, again, we're over 22.2. If we pull back, I'm buying it at that level. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. No freaking idea what you should do. Not an investment professional. Don't copy me. Top 3 worst ever. If you fail, it's not my fault because you shouldn't be copying me anyway. I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Understand CFTC 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations. Yeah, this is the first shiner of 2025. It really is. So, yeah. Nah. You think you have some secret subscriber hater in your gym? Yeah, this one's not that bad. Nah, I don't think so. I think most of the haters are, like, I know, there's a guy that I know that he asks me to collab. He's been kind of obsessive over my channel, and he copies it to a T. Like, literally everything I do, he does. And I'm pretty sure he's, like, behind a lot of the trolls. Because, like, he's just kind of off. Like, I think he struggles and then he gets weird and kind of lets it out by creating fake accounts and trolling and kind of rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You know, it is what it is. I think that's just the nature of being on YouTube. A little obsessive and strange, though. And, it, like, you know, I got to just kind of ignore everything he says. It's just kind of odd. You know, I feel for him. He seems to be kind of going through some type of thing. And so, you know. I feel for him. I genuinely do. It's not even like I'm mad. I just kind of feel bad for him. No, the music's still playing. I can see it. All right, guys. I'm buying this dip 100%. Ooh, that's a big dip, though, actually. I was going to buy this dip, but we're now under the 200 exponential. If we retrace back up there, I might buy it. But we have to retrace back up there. Okay. Oh, dude, I just jumped into 5 contracts. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I'm going to take a piece of this off and then add back if it dips down. There we go. I'll add it right back to there. People are crazy, dude. They really are, you know. And, like, one of the things they'll do is that, like, they'll be like that, and then if I acknowledge it, they'll be like, oh, all John talks about is haters. So they really try to play both sides. Like, sometimes they'll ask me a question, and then it's an interesting dynamic being on YouTube, I'll tell you that. No, don't drop. It's a blessing, though. I'm very grateful for it. It's a blessing. Oof. I think I got to just let this one go and see if it continues up. If I can cut some size, though, I will for sure. We'll see if it retraces back up. Isn't the news negative? Well, yeah. All right, so I'm going to limit some of the size now. So we just took some size off to be safe. We got 3 contracts left. We'll take 2 off now. It's a little bit better. We bounced right at the 200 exponential. Okay, this song's got to go too. I'm sorry. Too much. It's too much. I feel like I'm in a zombie apocalypse with that song. See if we can fix our average here. So the loss ended up being negligible considering everything. So we ended up losing like 180 bucks, but could be worse. Yeah, we'll buy it back on this dip. Fix our average here, see if we can catch a bounce. No, I'm not. Oh, the music has stopped quote from Margin Call. That's a great movie. Yeah, that's a quote. That's a great quote. Let me find it for you. Yeah, the quote goes something like, let me find it. Yeah, so John, which is like the head of this investment bank, top 3 of heads of the investment bank in the world. Man, I'm trying to like risk manage this, but the market is so sideways. And then again, this is a combine account, so if I lose this, ultimately it's not the whatever. But yeah, the quote is, there are 3 ways to make a living in this business. Be first, be smarter, or cheat. And I don't cheat. You know, at the end of the day, there's at least $50 trillion worth of paper out there. And it's all tied to the real estate market. And the whole thing is about to go. And then he snaps his fingers. The music is about to stop. And we're going to be left holding the biggest bag of odorous excrement ever assembled in the history of capitalism. Yeah, I'm trying to find the actual previous quote, which is a better Margin Call quote. Great movie. If you haven't seen Margin Call, it's about investment banking. Super good. Super good. The quote I was referencing was actually a previous quote. So it doesn't look like this combine is doing too great. I'm going to let this last one roll. And we'll probably just trade another. You don't love to see it. Yeah, he says, so when the music stops in terms of liquidity, things get a lot more complicated. And right now, the music is stopping. Actually, I don't hear a thing, do you? You know, great movie. Go watch it if you haven't. Just great movie on markets. Margin Call or The Big Short. They're both great movies. Well written, good scripts. The Big Short, I'm going to say The Big Short because The Big Short has done more to spark my interest in finance than any other movie. You know, Margin Call is a little bit more doomy and gloomy and sad. I would say Margin Call has a much better script, but they're both great. Big Short's a better movie. The story's better of The Big Short. But Margin Call, very good script. Very just a good movie in general. Yeah. They're both great movies. I can't knock either one of them, you know. They're both good, you know. Microsoft dipping down to 414s. Google down to 187s. Tesla at 362s right now. Amazon down to 224s. Yeah, I'm trying to, you know, make some money, but I also worry this 200 exponential is going to reject right here. So I'm worried this is going to back to the bottom of the range here. I'm worried that's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, Big Short's just a freaking great movie. It really is. See, this looks like an inverse Head and Shoulders or a regular Head and Shoulders, which is not good for my position. I was going to take a piece off, but then we dip back down. I think I'll wait. Yeah. And I think the movie The Big Short, like, again, this is the problem, is that everybody wants to... Yeah, so sorry, I got to do my X post here. Yeah, so we had all right, guys. So again, just to give you guys a quick little market update on everything that's going on in the market right now. We got about 30 minutes left until the market opened. 30 minutes left, and so we got a little bit of time. But markets so far have been pretty stagnated. Not really doing too much here. We got out a little piece of this. We're in 3 contracts left, but we're basically flatted. Maybe we'll add back if we pull back to the 200 exponential here. But, dude, is anybody else's GPT struggling, dude? My chat GPT struggles here. Like, it's struggling. Like, it's slow. Lags. Causes problems. There's got to be a better way. I don't even have that many windows up. Let me see. Let me exit out of some of this stuff. Okay, we exit out of this. Maybe I'm using too much computer processing power. Fed will watch tool. There we go. Exit. All right, guys. So again, jobless claims reported an increase of 5,000 versus the previous expectation, bringing the total to 219K. This figure surpasses analysts' expectation of 215. Softening in labor market. Walmart issued weaker outlook for fiscal year 26. Dropped Carvana. 9% drop in the company. Adjusted EBITDA margin fell short. Political stuff. Treasury yields dipped to 4.5% here, chat. 4.5%. And so this is the news of the markets today. Again, if you want to check out this news post, we do this post every single day in markets, guys, breaking down everything here. So if you would like to give me a follow on X, help me grow my channel here. Great way to help support your boy here in this channel. There's the link. Give it a follow. Yeah, I mean, the poll is insignificant. Nobody knows what the market's going to do. Genuinely, nobody knows. And so if you're using the poll to gauge what you do, you know, again, people ask me what I thought regarding jobless claims and unemployment, and I said I didn't know. And I think that's fair. I think nobody knows. I'm just curious to see if people think it's bullish or bearish. Might be my internet. Yeah, I kind of lagged out on my computer for a second too. Really, it was AI. So it might kind of make me realize I shouldn't use AI a little bit here. Like maybe I shouldn't use AI. Appreciate the love and the follows, guys. Appreciate it. Market's breaking down. I want to give it a second, but this is looking not good for me. We did end up rejecting that 200 exponential like I thought we might and coming back down, so. Hey, thank you, Sam. Got 4 micros on Express. Hey, good job. If anything, the poll is probably the opposite. Yeah, the poll shows emotion. Oh, wow. Look at this. Hey, we love to see it. I don't know what just happened, but I'm going to start taking profit based off of it. You love to see it. Cool. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I don't know what caused that spike, but it helped me just now. Something happened news-wise in finance. Let's see. Boeing says February deliveries will be down a little bit. Alibaba says AI could have a significant influence or even replace 50% of global GDP. Yeah, so we just made money on the trade. I'm out now. We're just kind of sitting tight. Like, we got 30 minutes left until the open. More hamsters. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Digital asset. I probably shouldn't use AI while I'm streaming. It's too much GPU force. Basically, it's too much GPU force. All right, so we popped up here, but we're so sideways and rangy. I think the only edge is to attack sideways and range action. Part of me would buy this dip at 22.2s and attack this upside move here. But, yeah, I don't know how good my edge is today. We're kind of going back and forth. I mean, we're not doing bad, but we're not doing great either. Bitcoin just broke highs of the day. It's up to almost 98K, getting close. All right, so we're popping up to the 2210 level, 210 level, I mean. All right, so look at the market pop up here. So again, I guess the market liked the weaker economic data in the jobless claims report. My guess is the market liked it, but who knows, man. This news came out. Okay, let me see. Okay, so the IRS is expected to fire 6,000 workers. This news just dropped about 6 minutes ago. Maybe this is causing the pop. All right, so we're popping up. We're at 22,215s. It is now. It's funny, I have Bitcoin hourly chat up at all times. Just look over like, huh, nothing happened. Oh, wait, John's on the 1 minute. Of course I'm on the 1 minute, bro. I'm watching it. Look at Bitcoin right now, dude. You're telling me this is nothing? We broke highs of the day. Look at it. We're still pushing up some. I mean, of course, if you look at everything on an hourly chart, it's not going to look at anything. But in that regard, most daily movements are not going to mean anything either. Most daily movements are going to look like nothing. You know, you got to zoom in a little bit to watch what I'm talking about. Because, again, we're watching updates. If I guess the overarching point I'm making here, and I'm using overarching way too much, top 3 most usage of overarching in the world, but the point I'm trying to make is that if we're watching price action, of course we're going to look at the shortest term so we can see with the most magnification movement, right? Like we want to see the movement. We want to zoom in a lot to see the movement. That's normal, I think. I mean, I could put an hourly or a daily chart up, but I mean, are we really going to be able to watch the price action? Not really, you know. It's all love. I'm just kind of messing with you, but point remains. Top 3 word usage experts in the world right now. Look at the market pop up. Well, look, we're hitting 2210s, or what is this? 22,215. Another level on my chart. We're following it pretty well here. We popped over 2210s. We're now at the very top of the range, though, over the last few days. So over the last day, I think. We got to watch this level here. 22,220 is the next big spot. Bitcoin pushing up. SPY moving up a little bit. Gold breaking down some. Bitcoin moving up, like I said. Microsoft rebounding a little bit. Where's Apple? The VIX is dipping. Yeah, it's all good, Tyler. That's how it goes, you know. Nasdaq's up over these big levels here. Here's 220, which is the high of the day. Right here. High of the day. Let's see if we get over it. It's right there. Strength coming through. I'm buying this dip for sure, even if we pull back a little bit. I think we're at least going to pop up and break highs real quick. There we go. There we go. All right, nice little $200 scalp there. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, highs are like magnets sometimes, guys. So like even if we don't end up running afterwards, if we get that close, a lot of the time we're going to at least tap it, which is why I bought that dip. Yeah, never heard of it, SJ. Never heard of it, bro. Yeah, for sure, Tyler. It's all good. All right, guys, 13 minutes. Amazon MGM Studios announces a new JV for James Bond franchise rights. All right, chat. Again, guys, we're going to get ready to day trade live on stream. Let me edit this a little bit. Honestly, dude, we're almost growing by 3,000 subs a month here at beginner trading. That's pretty solid. We're going to hopefully keep it going. All right, guys, so we're trading the NQ and the ES futures contracts here. All right, look at that bounce right off of 22,210. Right off of the level we drew here. Let's see if we retest. It looks like we're going to retest, to be honest. Just based off of, like, we're right at all-time highs. It looks like we're going to retest. All right, we'll take some size here. Go in right off of this level, see if we retrace back up there. It's too parallel for us not to retest, so I'm actually going to leave this one going for a while here. It's a little extended up there, but I'm going to leave this one going for a while, see if we can pop up there. I just got to pay really close attention to it. Again, don't copy me. I'm not an investment professional. I'm day trading on Top Step right now, a funded account program where they give you a demo, test your skill with it. If you pass the test, you got to make $3K in profit without losing $2K, following their rules and conditions, and you want to confirm it all with them. I can't guarantee anything. If you do that, though, you get a 50K funded account, 90% split. You get to keep your first 10K in profit. If you fail, you only lose the 49 bucks that it costs to pay for it. Even if you fail that, you can use a demo account with real-time data, a practice account afterwards with real-time data. So it makes sense either way. And they paid out millions, almost 200 million. But again, they're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased. Here's the link. If you had 1 million in the bank, do you think you could not have to work for the rest of your life? 1 million? Alright guys, I'm going to sell some of this real quick when we retrace up here, so I can try to maybe add back some size, and it's going to allow me to approach it with smaller size too. $1 million in the bank. I mean, it depends on what you need to survive, where you live, how much your expenses are, how much your life costs, basically. It depends on how much everything costs in your life, right? So if you, hold on, guys. There we go. So we tapped it again. We got 2 contracts left. We will add right back if we pull back here, because I think we're going to break this level. If you can live off of 30 or 40K a year, sure. You know, if you can live off of... Here, I'll do the math in a second. I'll show you guys the math behind that question. And I'll show you guys how to calculate it yourself if you want. Just hold on. There we go. So here, let me show you guys. So the math behind us, so we're out. I think it's still going to break highs, but we're a little too extended up there. Not a bad little list of trades here if you want to check it out. So the math behind this is in what context? Okay, you got $1 million. Okay, here's a mil. You got $1 million, right? Let's say you take half of this and you get 500K, right? And you buy the stock market with 500K. You just invest it into the NASDAQ, the S&P, the Dow, whatever you want to use. You're going to average about 9% a year. And so to see how much you make, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In 10 years, you're going to have about $1.2 million, you know? And so that's averaging about 120K a year over a 10-year period. Now, say you throw 400K into bonds with an average return of 5%, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, you're gonna have about $650,000 afterwards. Actually, thinking back, my math on my previous equation was wrong. So let me do this again. So again, you're gonna have $1.2 million. You want to subtract the original 500K from it to see what you're actually making. Make about 700K, divide that by 10 years, you're going to make about $70,000 a year, right? So if you can live off of 70K a year, that's the interest that you're going to earn over about a 10-year period. On average, investing in the S&P 500 is not going to be 120K. I forgot to subtract the 500K initial payment. So 70K a year is a lot. That's fine for most people. The cost of living is going to increase, though, over this period of time. And so you have to calculate inflation in there. Again, if you buy bonds with it, if you take another 400K and you buy bonds with it, you know, you're going to make about 170K over a 10-year period in bonds. Divide that by 10. Make about 17,000. What did we say? It was 70. So you're going to make about 87,000 off of that $1 million. So if you could live off of like 50 to 100K a year, you know, you can keep that last 100K just as for living. Or for maybe more riskier assets like crypto or something else, that's fine. Buy gold with it. Like, and any of these investments can be swapped out for another similar investment here, right? So like any of these can be swapped out for another similar investment. But if you can live off of 50 to 100K a year, sure, you can live for the rest of your life off of $1 million. You just got to leave it, like you got to invest it and then not touch it and leave it alone. You know, the money's not going to compound as much as if you're taking a salary out of it, right? So if you're taking a salary out of it, it's not going to compound as much. You know, you can use the bond payments, like you could split it into like 500K into, you could split it into something like this where you have 500K, you make about 5% a year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in that regard, you're going to make about 315K. You're going to make about $30,000 a year on the bond payment. So you could live off the $30,000 bond payment. You could try to leave most of your money investing. You could probably get away with it, but you're not going to be rich. You You know, the only way that you're going to make big money from that is if you stick it in the market and you leave it there for 20 years. You leave it there for 20 years, you're going to be making big money. But it depends on how much it costs for you to live. I believe I could, but do you think you could? I mean, I think I could live off of some of it and then find something else I'm interested in doing and do that and have like a really solid nest egg, you know. I don't think I'd like to sit around and not work for 10 years. I'd get bored. You know, I want to do something. I like working. I like starting businesses too. So like I would probably try to do something else with that as well. Yeah, no, that's what I said, Sam. So if you subtract 120 per year, you know, you're not going to be able to, it's not compounding. And that's why I did the following example with the 500,000 into bonds, because in theory you could take 500K, invest it in the market and leave it there and not touch it, let it compound, and then take the other 500K, which is going to earn you like 30, 40K a year in bond payments, interest payments from the bonds. And then, you know, you could try to compound that, or you could take a little bit from the investment portfolio yearly, but still let most of it compound to where you're earning, what, like 50K a year if you include the bond interest payments. And again, if that's enough for you to live, sure. If that's not enough for you to live, you probably got to figure something else out. You know, you could also go like the rental property approach. Rental property approach might be better and easier, kind of more streamlined than all of it. You invest 800K into rental property. You might earn like 13-14% a year on average in rental. Your rent is going to increase over time too. You could do it that way as well. There's a lot of ways. You know, you could stick 500 in the market and then buy 2 rental properties and live off of those payments. You're still going to be making 50-60K a year when it's all said and done. And so the big question is whether that's enough to live. And that's the answer is going to be different for most people. So here's the market starting to push up. Again, I think we're going to break highs. I think this is way too close to highs for it to not break. So I do absolutely think we're going to break highs here. I think, let me see if we get a big enough dip. If we get a big enough dip, I'm buying it 100%. But we need a big enough dip or pullback here for me to buy it, because I think it's going to break highs. But I might be wrong. Don't copy me. Looks like it's going to break highs right now, and I'm going to miss it. Yep, there's the high break. So market just broke highs. Very predictable. But hey. I'd go fishing. Yeah, inflation also a big key factor. The point is, it's going to be tough. Yeah, it depends on where you live, Bao. It really does. Like most people could find a way to live off of it. You're not going to have a surplus of money though, if you really want to try to like maximize gains. When you take into account inflation and everything like that. All right, guys. Hey, we got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes. Look at this big pullback here. I'm going to buy this pullback, I think. 3 contracts. We got a little pop back up. I don't know if I like it anymore though. Made a small little sum. Pretty good like trade selection. Maybe not the best at managing it so far though. Could have managed some of this better. You have to use the 1 million for continuous growth. Sure, but the point where you can make a ton of money over a 20-30 year period with $1 million, of course, right? You make tens of millions of dollars over that period of time. The issue is what you're going to live off of, though, because your money's going to be tied up in investments, right? And so you could go the rental property approach. You could go 40% investments, 40% rental properties, 200K to live off of. There's a lot of ways you could do it, but yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin's been moving up some the last few minutes. It's up to 98,500 right now. So look at Bitcoin, it's up to 98.15. Look at that bond yields here, 10-year. They're down a little bit after jobless claims, but not down too much. I should have held that dip buy. Look at that dip buy. Popped right back up. Yeah, market opens up in 9 minutes. Not 10 minutes. If I said 20, I meant 10. Yeah, y'all are right. If I said 20, I meant 10. It's really 9 minutes now. A little bit less than that, actually. Ooh, dude, my foot is jacked, bro. My foot hurts. I'm not gonna be able to train. Oh, dude, it's swollen. I can see it. Oh my gosh, dude, my foot is swollen. Wow. My foot is genuinely swollen, guys. Bitcoin up to 98,200. Definitely top 3 swollest feet ever. Ugh. All right, very boxy market, very sideways neutral market. Not really doing too much here, chat. Yeah, so we're dipping down some here. We're at 22,215s, down to 22,12s. Let's see if we, that's too big of a drop here. We got 6 minutes left. I think I'd like to buy a dip here, but hey, we'll see. Yeah. Latest jiu-jitsu injury. I got a black eye and my foot hurts. You guys care to know? Listen, I'm here for you guys. Listen, you can't find these updates anywhere else on John's Health. Nowhere else. Oof, look at that drop here, guys. Wow. See if we keep dipping here. Thanks for the charts. Hey, nice. Grab some Intel. I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm going to buy that Intel dip. How many boogers do I pick behind the scenes? At least 3, you know. I would say about 7 an hour. Of course, I'm being ironic. They say picking your boogers is bad for you. I'm not about to pick my boogers. Who knows where my nose has been, you know? I'm not about to eat, you know. Top 3. Top 3 behind the scene booger picker. Hey, listen, that's what I'm here for, brother. Listen. Definitely top 3. Meta down to 697s here. We're trying to hold. We're at 20. Look, 22.2 makes sense. 22.2 makes sense. Y'all are hilarious. Microsoft at 415. Yeah, we got a Discord up. Yeah, we were right down to the 200 exponential. Now we're bouncing off of it. We'll see what happens. Again, I'm cautious this morning. What if someone else picks them? I mean, is that what you're into, Tony? I'm not judging. That's all right. All right, hey, we're moving down. We're at 22 twos. 22 twos. All right, we're bouncing up again. I'm kind of hands off right now. Oh, gotcha, Tony. Okay, I mean, I figured that, you know, yesterday I was thinking about, I was like, you know what, I bet Tony has, you know, yeah. I came to that conclusion yesterday, too. All right, guys, hey, we're moving up. Again, watch 215s. That's a level. Shake Shack. Honestly, Shake Shack's actually pretty good. Like, it's genuinely good. All right, guys. Hey, markets open up at 45 seconds. Honestly, 2024 was an amazing year. Again, I want to take the time to tell you guys I appreciate you guys. We've grown by a lot, honestly. Our average streams are getting 500 to 1,000 people. Our big economic streams are getting thousands and thousands of people. So appreciate the love, guys. And I know I talk about haters too much and all this stuff. The internet's difficult. People are weird, but good group of traders here for the most part. And we can have fun and hang out. Here's the market open, guys. We got 5 seconds. I appreciate you guys, though. Genuinely do. It's a blessing having somebody to hang out with and run the channel. So cheers to you guys. Shout out to Pawn as well. Great guy. Helps me out a lot. Bouncing right at that 200 exponential here. Let's see if we retest highs. What's the NASDAQ high, though? Let me see. What is the NQ high? 22,319 is the high of the last few minutes. 22,450 is the NASDAQ high. All right, we're going to let a couple minutes pass at least, and then we're going to probably switch to our funded account. Hey, thank you, Blaze, my guy. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I was telling my daughter something about this. Correlation does not equal causation. Right? Just because something's correlated does not mean it's the root cause. Apple, guys, is spiking up at the opening bell here. Look at Apple. Apple spiking up. It's at 246. Like, let me zoom out here. Look at this Apple surge. Maybe it's just better looking on my chart. But Apple going up to 246s. I'm going to put NVIDIA up here instead of Bitcoin. I mean, I'm bullish here, but I don't know if it's going to go up or not. Don't copy me. All right, guys. Nvidia at 139.50s. So Nvidia is looking weak. So I don't know what way the market's going, guys. I'm really just letting the market play out. Yeah, I mean, what happened to me at jiu-jitsu is a guy named Colossus fell on me unintentionally. I had him in a bow and arrow choke grip, and as I was pulling him back to finish it, he basically, his name's Colossus because he's freaking huge, just kind of fell on me. I tried to post off of my foot, and I kind of sat on my own foot and just torqued my foot is what happened. All right, guys. Apple up to 246. Nvidia down to up to 139.60s here. Yeah, I barely can walk, to be honest, right now. I'm hoping it gets better. But it's definitely at least sprained. I'm looking at it. It's swollen right now. All right, guys. Hey, we're down to 22.190s. 22.190s. I'm going to have to take some time off for sure. Again, gold actually technically green on the day. Meta's pushing up to 700 even right now. Google's pushing up. Apple's now pulling back a little bit here. But Nvidia's bouncing back. So kind of a middle range. We're going to wait and let some time play out first here before we do anything. You guys red or green so far today? I haven't really traded my actual funded accounts. We've been trading combine accounts, and we're back and forth. All right, so we got a little bit of a red action showing up here in markets. Look at this big, brutal drop. Again, Nvidia at 139.60s. All right, we're at 701s. Google at 186s. Bitcoin at 98.3 thousand. Apple at 246. Meta at 702s. Definitely weak. We haven't really traded. I'm trying to let at least 5 minutes play out. So we're 5 minutes into the open now. We'll attack a bounce if we get one, but we need a bounce here. I'm gonna look at this level here. So we'll attack a bounce. Just made about $100. See if we pop back up. I wanted just 2 contracts here. Going with the trend today. We're gonna see if we get a. There we go. And another 100 bucks or so. Where am I at on the day here? Okay, we're completely flat, so we're doing all right. Big negative reaction in markets. See, Meta's still pushing up though. Bitcoin's still riding higher. Oh yeah, my bad. Y'all can't see the P&L here. There you go. Right, we took a little bit off. Let's see if we retrace some more here. Took a little bit more. We'll add some right back to this if it keeps bouncing higher. Dude, it's hard for me to even kick off of this foot onto the ground, chat. Oof. Let's see. There's the 200 exponential, so we're short still. Again, this is a combined account. We're gonna switch to an actual funded account. We're playing around on this kind of demo account, but it's a funded account challenge. So there we go. I cut some of this just to protect the trade, to be honest. There we go. There we go. So we are now very green on the day after that last short at the 200 exponential. So we did catch the short at the 200 exponential. So now we're very green on the day. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're green. Hey, so it took a long way there, but we're now green. I'm going to switch accounts now and trade my actual funded accounts today. Yeah, we got 3 contracts in. All right, so out. Up a little bit on the day here. We'll see if we can do anything else. Attacking the trend around the 200 exponential. I like the NASDAQ, it's just better. The 200 EMA rejection is good. Let's see if we can take a little bit more here. I'm going to start with one contract here, though. Very small, add to it if we get into the green. I don't want to add more to this. We're going to keep it very light. And just get out if we're wrong. That's too strong. I don't like it. We got this level 22.2 here. This might reject. Still slightly green, though. I'm watching Apple. Apple, we got like almost a symmetrical triangle on the chart right now. Yeah, I mean, there's no commissions on Top Step X. If you sign up through my link, you're going to get no commissions on Top Step X. If you sign up to Top Step X, that is what I mean. And so, you know, we're green on the trade. We just subtract the small fees, which are 74 cents per contract. Tiny amount of fees. All right, we're watching NVIDIA. NVIDIA is very flat since the opening bell. Apple's green, but it's kind of slowed down a little bit. Meta's pumping up, though. Meta's at 705's green on the day. And so I think the trend's starting to change a little bit to an upward trend. All right, so we're moving up some, but again, we're kind of middle range. I gotta wait for something else to happen here. SPY still dipping. Yeah, I mean, we could argue that we're still in a downward trend here, but yeah, I gotta draw this level. I think this is a level that I had on my last chart, but yeah, look at the bounce off of it too. But we're middle range right now, so my hands are kind of off. We made money on both accounts today, so we're just kind of sitting around waiting. Where's NVIDIA at? Yeah, NVIDIA very sideways too, but if NVIDIA pops over 140, here's 2210. This has been a historical level. I don't want to short into it though, because there's too much momentum heading up and we're just kind of ripping past it. I think this one might be able to be like right there too. All right, Apple's starting to creep up. NVIDIA is too. Yeah, V-shaped recovery for sure. This level seems to be okay. I'm gonna buy a little bit down. We got 2 contracts, but it's pretty flat. I'll add a little bit more to it if I can, but gotta be careful too. That's a drop. Yeah, we're moving kind of sideways here, chat. That's a big dip. We're probably down like 30 bucks, but the market since the opening bell has done this. Down, up, down. So I don't really know what's going on right now. This might be a catalyst driven move. And again, we made hundreds yesterday. And so $30 down is not the end of the world. We'll see if we can bounce back. Let me see if there's any news coming out right now. White House officials. Look at this dip. That's a big red candle. Usually this is a fundamental move of some sort. Look at this drop. Wow. What a drop. I don't know if it's manipulation. It's just something going on. We don't know. Meta dipped back down. Tesla's falling down to test lows. Nasdaq's really dumping down. Most tech stocks just turned, including Apple. And so we'll short a pop for sure if we can get one, but we need a big pop to get, try. We're going to short this for sure. We'll add into some size here. I'll try to get up to 5 contracts. We got 3 right now. But we'll give it some time. We need a little bit of a pop to catch it. There we go. Alright, we ended up liquidating most of the position, but we still got 1. We'll add some more on a bounce back if we get it. I want to add some more to this, but it's not really bouncing up for enough for me to do it. I could add more on the downside, but it's all good. Alright, so we ended up getting out. We just made 25 bucks from it. We're basically back to flat on the day. Could have maybe held a little bit longer, but anxious playlist. I mean, you get people that love the playlist, hate it. It's just all lo-fi music. I could change it. It doesn't matter too much to me. Yeah, we did keep breaking down, so that was good. I wanted to short into that retracement, but it's a little too late now. And I think we're also kind of extended on the downside. I need to bounce back up to like 170, 165s, 160s before we start to short more. And the momentum might keep going. I don't know. Here's 150 though, but yeah, sounds like Quake. Yeah, no, that's for sure. All right, guys. All right, so there's a little pop. I kind of missed it though. See if we get some more. All right, so market's still flushing down here too, man. Look at this. Again, we're kind of taking a more cautious approach right now. All right, so we're still flushing down. Look at all the red. Again, we were attacking the right trend, but kind of got to slow down some now. Yeah, we're still flushing down, which is, look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's driving it. We're at 138.70s. What's up, Jonathan? Hey, y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. I think we're slightly green on the day. Let me see. I have to go back and check. Again, if you haven't already, check out Top Step. Great way to learn how to day trade. Link is in the description. No PDT rule on futures. So if you want to get around the PDT rule, so you don't have that much money to day trade, try Top Step Futures Challenge. You make 3K in profit on a 50K demo without losing 2K first. Following their rules, they fund you. There's no PDT in futures. You can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, gold, Russell. Patterns are very similar, and trading is very similar to day trading stocks. No PDT restrictions. Look at this big dip. I'm going to start buying this up now. The extension's definitely on the downside, I would say. So we're going to start adding down to the support and resistance level. See if we get a little pop based off of this extension. But, man, NVIDIA is dumping down quickly here, guys. I'm a little nervous. I took a piece off, but it didn't work. I'm going to try to add into this level at 22,110s. We're flat. right, so we're dadding down to this level. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so we caught the beautiful pop. We made about $50 real quick. Green on the day again. It's the one trade I took against the trend today. We're going to see if we can keep following it. Again, you can kind of see how simple this is, the day trading stocks. Tomorrow we got the Michigan consumer sentiment data. Look at the market just dump lows too. Wow. Look at this red, brutal breakdown action here. Yeah, look, now's the time to attack the combine here, guys. So we're flat on this combine. Let's see if we go green on the day. This is a big drop. We're going to go full size right here. It's big enough drops to where we're just kind of full size. Let's see if we can get funded. Oh, no, it's micro contracts, dude. Hold on. All right, full size right here. All right, quick little 500 bones there. We'll take it. Now very green in this combine. Is it going to let me log in here, bro? Hold on, let me see. Don't sign me out. Don't sign me out. It didn't sign me out good, bro. I need it to stay up. Yeah, we're up about 700 in the combine here. But I want to trade with the trade. If we get a pop up to 22 once, I will short it again. But we need to pop all the way up there. Apple's looking weak. Meta all the way back down to 690s. Gold's kind of flat, but slightly green. A lot of tech breaking down here. I need a bounce. I don't want to trade against the trend. Discord. Okay, gotcha. So it could be one of the overseas press conferences with the U.S. and Zelensky canceled at the U.S.'s request. That showed up at 46 7 minutes ago. That might be causing some of this dip in markets. So yeah, they canceled the meeting between the two countries overseas regarding the conflict. That might cause pessimism and everything. Could be making everything dip. I'm not going to go long right here, even though the extension's on the downside. I would rather trade with the trend, but I need to bounce back to like 22.1 to justify it. Yeah, that's what it is straight, 100%. Yeah, it's unrest brewing, 100%. That's what it is. Again, we're trying to slow it down and wait and just pick our spots. And we've done really good today, to be honest. We're green everywhere. But, yeah. I think we might start giving back some of these gains, because if the overseas conflict news signals less like coordination with the two countries, that's going to make people fearful. And that's probably why we're getting this big correction down here, is like that's going to make people fearful. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Is we had all this optimism come over the last 2 weeks regarding the conflict, that people thought the conflict stuff would be easing. We're kind of getting word back that it might not be easing as fast as everybody hoped. That is what's causing the bearish action today in markets. That is what's driving everything red. So the press conference between the two countries was canceled by the U.S.'s request, is what the news just happened to show. So look at this drop. All right, we got a pretty big cushion on the day. Even though this is trading against the trend, this is a combine account. Kind of a crazy trade here, but we're going to try it. Get close to lows. Let's see if we pop back up. There we go. There we go. Wait, did we really not make money on any of those last two trades, bro? Damn, dude. Like, we were on that. Kind of flat here on this trade now. Could be worse. I'm gonna get out there. We're kind of on that. I don't know how it, like, maybe the split was too much. I'm definitely trading against the trend here, but I think this is where we're gonna have some edge and extension if I could scale in, but oh my goodness, maybe not. See if we pop back up. I'm gonna limit my size here quick, because I have to. Somehow we got out of this alive, guys. We're still green on the day, but man. See, Nvidia is flushing very quickly here, guys, very quickly. So we're trying to unload as fast as we can. But Nvidia just dumped all the way down to 137s. I'm trying to catch a falling knife, and I know it's risky, but again, we're trying to kind of speed get funded. This is a demo account that we're trying to speed get funded, so it's a little bit different strategy than I normally take. We're green in our funded accounts today. Alright, I think that's good. 3 contracts. Let's see if we can add some more to it. Oof. We had a cushion on the day, but man, I'm trying to see what stock is falling. It's Tesla. It's Amazon. We tried, but man, we just got super brutal red action. I'm gonna switch back to my funded account, and then and again, we're green on our funded account just to show you. But man, brutal red action coming through the markets. Most tech stocks are dumping down too. So this is Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Google, Apple, and Nvidia all falling down in conjunction with each other. I guess the big news overseas is causing fear. And again, that was a demo account, so it'll be fine. We're green in our actual funded account. And for our funded account, we just got to wait and pick our spots. This is brutal red action. We've been mostly riding this down, though, in our funded account, so we've been attacking the short side. But man, this is a huge downturn quickly. Yeah, the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment report is tomorrow. The big thing that you want to watch for is inflation data. You know, inflation data. It's once a month, Daniel. Yeah, and again, like, I'm still green in my actual funded accounts. So where it matters, I'm green. We're just red in one combine account, which is, again, we're sitting there trying to speed fund it. So that's going to happen. And so if you're going to ignore the green and then isolate on the red and try to tell me everything I'm doing wrong, you know, I guess you could try, but... Yeah, this is brutal. Let's see how big the market falls here. So again, if we take a look at like the NASDAQ, I'm trying to look at a 1 hour chart. This isn't like a huge move on a longer term chart though. So if we take a look at the NASDAQ 100 here and we put a hourly chart up, you know, this drop is this right here. It's not huge. So this dip is not random. So what's going on right now, guys, is that, okay, so the last 2 weeks, we had easing conflict news overseas. They thought the countries were going to start working together. They thought that the conflicts would resolve, and that made a lot of people optimistic and excited, right? A lot of people got optimistic and excited around that. The market ended up pumping up to close to all-time highs from at least a little bit of that optimism caused it. And so what we're now seeing today is the cancellation of that press conference between some of the countries at the U.S.'s request could signal that we're going to have less, easing of the conflict is what people are speculating here. And that's what caused this big monstrous drop in markets. So yeah. That's kind of why we're down big. That's why the market's negatively reacting here, is from that specific news, that specific conflict. So I hope all that makes sense. Alright, so now we're bouncing back up here. I don't know if it's enough for me to want to necessarily short this yet. But we're bouncing up a little bit. See if we reject off this level. I'm looking at this level for rejection, but you never really know. All we can do is try to wait for it. Tap the level at least. Oh, dude, my foot hurts so bad, dude. Ugh. Yeah, my other funded account, we're up about 144. So just to clarify, these are my stats so far today. We're up 150 in one, a little bit in the other, small. So we're doing okay. We're green. A couple hundred in our funded accounts, really close to it. So look at that resistance level holding here at 2240s or 2250s. I think 2250s is the actual level here. And I'm going to get rid of this one and just keep 2250 up. Right around here. 2250s right there. That's the level. Yeah, look at the 2250 level holding. And the trend is on the downside. I don't know if it's going to continue down. just to show you the trades in my other funded account, which we've been getting pretty good. We kind of scale up a little bit on this one. So here's the other one, right? So look at these trades if you want to take a look deeper into them. And again, I don't guarantee anything, guys. Like, I don't get, like, you might hear people try to attack my day trading, like I'm not good or whatever. But in the end, it doesn't matter. I don't even claim to be good. Like, we're really economics trading here. But look, this is me today. We made 110, 140, 25, kind of scalping these moves. So we got a little bit of gains today in our funded accounts. Not a huge amount though. Yeah. So we'll see what we get. Again, it's still kind of early in the day. Maybe we'll get some better price action now, but who knows? Try to zoom in a little bit or zoom out a little bit here so we can actually start watching some stuff again. There we go. NASDAQ right back down. Let's see if it bounces at 22.2s. It's a level. You do not need to be good. Yeah, again, guys, like I said, I'm an economist channel. Like, people might try to isolate my day trading to find something to critique, because I think it's hard to critique whenever I'm like, hey, top 3 worst ever, don't copy me. You know, I think they kind of grasp at straws and kind of, you know, but again, I run it that way intentionally. Like, I would rather just make fun of myself and not take anything too personally than tell people I'm the greatest ever and try to live up to that standard. That's a rough standard to live up to. I mean, I'm definitely top 3 greatest ever in the world right now for sure. Top 3 brown-headed trader named John with a white hat on in the world right now. But so far we're green on our funded accounts on what matters. I'm gonna exit out of some of this. I'm gonna try, I don't know if it's Chrome causing such a slow, or whether the site itself is just down. All right, so we're kind of edging lower. We did bounce right around 22,000 here. 22,000 seems like a big psychological level. Yeah, the variance is so high. You know, the variance is so high with trading. It really is. Like, nobody freaking knows what's going to happen. Up, down, sideways, nobody knows. That's one of the things the Wolf of Wall Street got right. Nobody knows which way the market's going to go. Least of all stockbrokers, I would say, too. Nobody freaking knows. Oh no, Martin. Martin says don't listen to the haters. I mean, the haters don't matter. I'm not even trying to talk about them because they don't really matter. Like, look, I live a very blessed life. I really do. Like, I make great money. I can sit here and talk about the stock market and make more than most people do. I got a beautiful family, beautiful kids. You know, my life's good, and yeah, I'm doing something I genuinely enjoy doing. That's why I try to thank you guys. I truly try to thank you guys and just be grateful, because I think being grateful for things is powerful. I think putting good stuff out into the world is powerful. I think if you put good stuff back, you get good stuff back. If you put good stuff out there, you get good stuff back. You know, if you're always kind of talking down, trying to make people feel bad, then, you know, that's what you get back. Oh, I make far more from YouTube than, you know, 100%, way more. But again, I kind of like a trading and economics channel. So like, we swing trade, we invest. I don't even claim to be good at day trading. Again, here's my disclaimer. And we're kind of slowing down our trading a little bit, so we're having some fun with it. But here's my disclaimer. Remember, I'm terrible. Have no idea what I'm talking about. Might be wildly wrong about anything. Don't copy me. Understand CFTC 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. No, it's the conflict news, 100%. Family is everything, 100% for sure. You want to win in life? Think for yourself. Of course, everybody wants to win in life. That's normal. All right, so look at that 22,000 level we have just holding up. I don't really like a short. I think we're too extended on the downside. I don't really like a long. It goes against the trend, so I'm just waiting here. Chat. What's up, William? Is there another John? Top 3. I'm the top 3, though. I'm definitely the top 3 of Johns on YouTube right now, for sure. You know, I got my mug. It's my son's mug. Look at this thing. J, you know. All right, so we're bouncing up here. Again, I'm kind of in no man's land right now. I don't want to short. We're too extended on the downside. I don't want a long. We're too weak. So I'm just sitting here. How long did it take to make decent money on YouTube? Well, it all has to do with how many views you get, right? Like, we average, like, again, if we look at my YouTube channel, we're averaging about, let me wait for it to pop up, you know, last 48 hours, we got about 51,000 views, you know, so like, let me zoom in. I wish there was a way to zoom in quicker than this, to be honest. Zoom in, to go to zoom in, zoom in, all right. Yeah, so again, we're averaging about 51,000 views in 2 days. So a little bit over 25K, probably 25 point. This looks like 25.55 thousand views a day. And so when you get that many views, you can make money from it. If you can get over 100 people watching your streams concurrently, like simultaneously, not 100 views, but if you can get over 100 people watching, you can make good money on YouTube. And YouTube is a beautiful resource. Like, it's a great way to kind of get it, you know, grow. And you just want to monetize what you're interested in. Like, I'm interested in economics and trading, and so I monetize that. You know. All right, very sideways neutral range. Oh, the sector you're in 100% makes a difference. Like, if you're just in base entertainment, you're going to need a lot more than that. But in finance, profitable niche, finance is saturated though, you know, and I think a lot of people don't really take into account how hard it is. And if you want to know why some of the people, like, you see some negative comments, like, most of the time, if you go to their channel and you look at it, they've tried to do a YouTube themselves and failed at it. And so now they're just kind of like lashing out at people who do it successfully, and it kind of rubs them the wrong way. They get mad about it. But I think you realize I've had a lot of people that have worked for me and then left and tried to do it themselves, and they get like 30 views a video, 30 views a live stream. Some of them get less than that. And I wish them the best. But it's hard. It's not easy. I got in very early. Like, I started creating content for finance before anybody else was streaming, before anybody else was really doing it. And like, I was just early. You know, anything in business and investing and creating, you got to be early. Now there's some people that started way after me that have grown much larger, and that's normal. So there's a degree of skill, luck, resources, network, all that stuff. But there's been a lot of people that I've seen kind of fall by the wayside as well. So you got to be relentless with it and just kind of keep pushing, keep growing, keep evolving, keep figuring it out. And it's a tough thing. It's not easy, but it's a beautiful thing, right? Like I said, it's a beautiful thing. My toss is acting fine for the most part. Carol's calling me. Every time it's around the same time, my foot hurts. She's checking on my foot. Yeah, again, I'm probably hanging up for the day, guys. Tomorrow, again, we got the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. We're green on the day. Second, I don't know how many green days in a row we've had, but we're green. Another green day in the books. I'll take it. Y'all be good. Again, tomorrow, guys, the University of Michigan every 2 weeks posts a consumer sentiment expectation and inflation expectation report. The last one 2 weeks ago dumped the market. Inflation expectations came out noticeably higher for 1 year inflation expectations than expected. Probably has to do with the tariffs that have been floating around and all that catalyst news that we've seen. Tomorrow, the next one drops. The inflation expectations are the most important thing. It drops at 10 a.m. We will be streaming this live as we do all economic reports. And so y'all just be good, tune in, be ready. And I'll see you guys then. Hey, I love you all. If you want to check out sponsors, Top Step, all that good stuff, link is in the description. And yeah, y'all be good. Hopefully you guys made some money today. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's at 10 a.m. We'll start streaming early, but it's at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.